Hello everyone, welcome to RGBlink YouTube channels. This is Luke. So today is the first day of IBC 2025. Have you all checked out our booth? Maybe you are currently at our booth. Okay? So at our booth, you will see this new devices. It's RGBlink streamZ. Okay? So I want to take this opportunity to give you a short demo and introduction of streamZ, and then help you to understand and to know better of the devices to find out what it actually does. Okay, what is streamZ? So at this moment, what would be your first impressions of streamZ by looking at its designs and its interfaces? What will be your first impressions? Is it a encoder, streamer, or maybe it's a capture card, or maybe it's recording and the storage devices, and maybe it does everything above and even more. Okay, so you can type your first impressions, your guess maybe under the comments. And after the videos, you will know what exactly is RGBlink streamZ. Okay? To start, let's check out the interface of RGBlink streamZ. Okay? Okay? So you got all the interfaces connected on the rear panel here. Okay? Starting from the right, you got the LAN ports. Well, obviously, for data transmissions, for network, okay? And then you have a USB-A input port for USB-A cameras. And then you have a HDMI 2.0 inputs. And then you have HDMI 2.0 loop out and HDMI 2.0 outputs. And then there are two 3.5 mini jack, one for audio inputs and one for your headphone for monitoring. And then we have here three USB-C ports. Okay, the first one here is USB-C inputs. So for any type of USB-C cameras or signals, and we have a webcam outputs. So for capturing to your computer, to your PC, laptop. And lastly, we do have a USB-C port for power. Okay, so it does support the PD power. Okay, and let's turn to the left side here. So right here we got a button. It's a recording button, and then we have a built-in microphones for audio inputs. Okay, this one is a built-in microphone. Okay, so pretty straightforward. Okay, that's the interface of streamZ. Okay, right here. And then let me set it up for you and go through the setup, and let's check out its functionality. Okay, to do a demo here, I have prepared one USB camera. Okay. So this is a desktop USB-A camera. It's very common to work with your computers as conference cameras. Okay, and then I have another USB-C cameras right here from your OBS boots. It's a 4K cameras, and I also prepared the HDMI sources as a third sources for streamZ. Okay. So let's connect everything together and then start the demo. Okay. First, let's connect the OBS boot cameras here. Okay, you will go to the USB-C inputs right here, and for another cameras, USB-A cameras, connect into the USB-A port right here. Okay. Then we have the LAN cable for network. Okay, my HDMI sources from my media player goes to the input, and my outputs connect to my recorder. So I can show you the outputs in real time. Then I have the power sources. Okay, so the setup is really easy. Just connect everything to where it belongs, and then check out the output of streamZ. Okay, so streamZ is DHCP enabled by default, so it will obtain the IP address from your routers when powering up. So when the first time it powers, and the default page is when you will see the IP address. It will show you the IP address on HDMI output, so you can check the IP address for login to web page. Okay. Okay. Now we can see the Ethernet IP address right there, and then the Wi-Fi, because I have pre-configured the Wi-Fi, so I got Wi-Fi connections as well as a LAN connections. Okay. Then let's check out my then next step is log into streamZ's web interfaces. Let's go to my laptop right here. Okay, so we have the IP address is 192.168.110.43. Okay, press enter. Okay. So this is streamZ's web interfaces. We will type in the login account, user, and the default password. Okay, and logins. Okay, so this is the home interfaces for streamZ. Okay, you got a lot of information here. Well, let's go through all these menus, check out what streamZ can do, and then we will do a short demo of its live streaming function in 4K. Okay, so the first thing we want to see is on the home interfaces, you got a preview of all the sources we connected: HDMI sources, UVC input sources, and another UVC input sources. Okay, remember we have two camera connected, and the last one is a phone source. Okay, so for the phone source signals, well, you can actually download the streamZ app on your Android or your iOS, and then transmit your phone, your iPhone, your Android phone's camera signals to streamZ wirelessly. So you can use your phone as a fourth sources to streamZ. Okay? And then that's starting with system settings. Always want to know how to configure your devices. Okay, here you got all the basic informations, well, including the device informations and the network. Remember, the DHCP is enabled by default. Well, if you want to use static IP, of course, you can switch off the DHCP, then use the IP address. Okay, we're not going to do it here. And the Wi-Fi here, well, if you don't have a LAN connection, you can always use the Wi-Fi and for streamZ. Okay. Time settings right now is set to automatically obtain from an NTP server. Okay. Well, then storage settings. Well, it does recording, so we can save internally. And then we have the live encoding settings. This is the encoding settings. Well, for streamings. You can choose your full streaming, the codec for your streamings, as well as your streaming resolutions. Okay, right now the default is at 1080p6. Okay, let's see the drop-down menu. What option do we have? Phone 1080p, 25 hertz, all the way up to 4K 60. Okay. Well, since we're gonna do demo in 4K 60 streaming, let's set the streaming resolution to 4K 60, and that's check the bitrate. That's maximize the bitrate to 20 megabits. Okay, save. So whenever you're doing any configurations on streamZ, make sure you save after each step. Okay, and then we have the recording encoding settings. Okay? So for recordings, it does actually recording 2 channels simultaneously, which you can choose from the inputs, the HDMI inputs, UVC inputs, UVC2, and your phone inputs, or the HDMI outputs. So from the 5 channels, you can choose from 5 out of 2 you can record simultaneously. So today let's do a recording UVC input 1 and the HDMI, the program outputs. Okay, we have all set it to 4K recordings, and we can also adjust the bitrate to maximum 20 megabits, because we always want the best quality recorded for your post-production, for your editing. Okay, press save here. And then you have setting for fans, factory resets, and the system upgraded. Okay, as system upgrades, you will automatically check if there's new firmware, and then you can just do the upgrade right here automatically. Okay, you don't have to use any USB flash drive or manually do upgrades. Okay, so that's the system settings. And then down here, we have we have a knowledge base for streamZ. You can check all the informations right here. Then you will know anything else. You will find out anything, all the things, all the you will need to know to play with streamZ. Okay. Move down. We have the My Drive here. So this is where you access the streamZ internal storage, okay, space. Okay, let's look here. Okay, so the standard version of streamZ has 100 gigabytes internal storage, and we have different versions for streamZ. The premier versions, well, does support up to 2 terabytes internal storage. So for that versions, it's very good for your post-productions, for recordings. You can store all your contents on the streamZ itself. Okay, so this is kind of like internal strip where we access the internal storage space for streamZ, and then we have the share spaces right here. Okay, right here is where you can access other streamZs within the network. Well, so we can see I have another streamZs in the network. If I can get authorizes from that devices, so I can share, I can access the devices, and maybe I can view its recording file and other files that is stored in that devices. Well, if I have the authorizations, okay. And my AI, okay. This is right here. You can access the AI engines, which is the DeepSeek offline versions. So this is where you can do some research, or you want to generate a speech, a lines, or something you want to research something. This is where you can do. You don't have to connect to internet. It's offline versions of DeepSeek. Okay? Then my agents. Right here, this is where you can do to create your AI avatars. Okay, so this is one of the important function of streamZ. So AI avatar is where you can use the streamZ to create an AI virtual avatar of yourself or any other figures that you upload, and you can use that figure to create a massive videos, speeches, and contents with that AI avatar. Or you can call it AI anchors. Okay, so that's one of the very interesting and useful functions for content creations. Well, we will cover in other videos, I think. And then move on to my clip here. This is where you can do a quick editing, okay, of the recording file or any other videos you can upload it to streamZ. So it's a quick editing functions for content creations. Okay, Then lastly, we will check how my life. Okay, so this I would think is most important part or a function of streamZ to create your contents, to do streamings, and then to do recordings. Okay, so check out this whole interfaces. Okay, first thing, you got a preview of your programs. Okay, and this is where you see the previews and then to do editing your program outputs. Well, you can do vertical or horizontal streamings. It's for both options. And at the video right here, you can choose your input sources. Okay, so right now we have connected the 3 input sources: HDMI, phone, USB input, and other UVC. Okay, so well. And you can do some rotation and mirror for your input sources. Well, you can rotate it by 90 degrees each times, or you can do a horizontal mirror or vertical flip. Okay, and then we have the choices for your audios. Okay, so right here you can use, well, for your audio sources, you can choose any of the inputs from HDMI, UVC to lines, UVC, and embedded microphone inputs. Okay, right now I'm choosing the embedded audio inputs. You can see my volume meter is going up and down. And lastly, you have the option to upload an MP3 file, and for your background music, for your speech, or any audio effects. This is for upload your external audio sources. Okay, then we can do picture in pictures. Well, we have default templates you can choose. Okay, so you will show your picture in different corners. Let's say we want to show my picture in the left bottom corner. And I can add the videos here. I can assign, well, let's move to top right. And at the video source here, you can choose the assign the sources for different layers. Okay, for my main screen, I want to use HDMI inputs, possibly. And for my picture-in-picture layer, I want to use my USB cameras. Okay, so that's my current configuration for picture-in-pictures. Okay, so that's first switch off. Okay. So last one you can do for the image configuration is the AOI, the area of interest. Let's turn this on. Let's choose one of the sources, HDMI inputs, as area you own. So basically, what AOI does is you can select different area as a new sources. Okay, it's like crop out a certain image, and you can use that as an additional sources. Okay, so that's delete everything. So we have choose our UVC input 1 as main source right now, and I can add a new AOI area of interest, and say I want to do as here. Okay, I can adjust the size, move it around to an area. I can add another one. Okay, area 2, AOI 2. Okay, I will focus on this area on my streamZ right here, and possibly I can use another one, third area, focus on my laptop right here. Okay, and then I can add another one. Okay, will be a large space right here. So the AOI can be overlapped. It doesn't have to be a single spaces. Okay, with the area of interest functions, even when you only have one video sources, you can also create a scene with multiple camera switchings. Well, for example, you are doing a live streaming of a speech or conference, and you probably have 3 or 4 speakers or 2 speakers on the stages, and you only have one 4K camera as an overview, shooting an overview of every one of the stage. And using the AOI functions, and you can select each speaker's close shot as an AOI, and then on the streamZ, you can switching from those speakers AOI, and as when one of the speakers is speaking, you can focus on that person's using the AOI functions. Okay. Okay, so that's the AOI. Okay, that's apply and go to here. And since you have set up the AOI, then you can switching using the video sources right here. Okay, so even though we have currently one input sources, I can have 4 camera switchings like a close shot. Okay, so that's the AOI functions. Okay, let's disable that. Go back to the picture and pictures. Okay. Oh, right. We do have support the chroma key for your small windows. So you can have a green sheets for you, small layers, and then do key out. Okay. So you got multiple resource and multiple function to set up and to configure your contents. And then that show you how to do streaming. Okay, so you can scroll down. You will see you got multiple address bars to fill in your streaming address. Okay, and currently you can do multiple streaming to multiple platforms from streamZ. At the same time, simultaneously, you can do YouTube, Twitch, Facebook at the same time. Okay. Now let's test how to do a 4K streaming to YouTube. Right now, there's multiple platforms. YouTube, Twitch supports 4K streamings, and just using streamZ with a 4K cameras or 4K sources, you can easily do 4K streamings and to multiple platforms at the same time. Okay. So let's check out how to do YouTube. Okay. And let's go to my YouTube channel right here. I have opened up my YouTube channel, and okay. First thing you want to do is copy and paste the streaming URL to streamZ right here. So you do it, copy paste, add a backslash, and then I have the streaming key here. Okay. You need to give a name, a description of this URL, like YouTube, and then we have to enable this one, okay? And then, okay, when you have finished the configuration of your programs, then we can just quickly go live right here, okay? Now, the streamZ is streaming to YouTube. Let's check out. This is our stream channel. Well, give it a second. Okay, now YouTube has receiving the data from streamZ. Okay, let's check out how it looks. Okay, so right now this is the streaming output from streamZ, and check out. Okay, so the quality resolutions we support. If you are streaming only 1080p, you will only have 1080 options. And right now we have the 4K options right here. Okay. So that's how you stream. And let's maybe do some changes on the streamZ. Maybe we can do AOI. Okay. And let's do some live view switchings. Okay, go back to your channel here. Let's see, live, and you can see the live switchings right here. Okay, so the switchings, the streamings, the configurations of your streaming is pretty easy, and simultaneously, the streamZ it's recording your output contents as we have set it here. It's recording the UVC1 inputs and the program outputs. Okay. So okay, let's end the string right here and check out the recording file. Okay. Go to my space, well, my drive here. This is the, as we mentioned, the streamZ's internal storage. Go to streamZ recording, okay, and those are the two files we just recorded. One is the HDMI outputs, the program outputs, and the UVC inputs with the timestamp right here. Okay. So, yeah. So that's how you do a 4K, a simple setup with streamZ, or do a 4K streamings with multiple sources on streamZ, and to create the different contents. Okay, and so right now, what's your impressions on streamZ after a short demo and introduction at this point? Okay, it's a small box, but it does a lot. Okay, well, it's portable. Also, it's portable. It's only size of my hand. Okay, and you can take it to everywhere with you. And also, you can use as storage devices. Well, it's for up to 2 terabytes, and so you can store a lot of content, a lot of files on this one. And it also does a quick editing on its devices. Okay, so whenever you have idea of how to make your content, how to make your videos, you can quickly access streamZ and access all the recorded file, all the videos and pictures, and do editing. Okay, so well, if you are interested and excited about this little devices streamZ, make sure you visit our booth at IBC 2025 and check out the live demo of everything. Well, you can get your hands on to play with it. Okay, so and we'll do okay throughout the 4 days of IBC 2025, and after IBC, I will do more videos on streamZ and show you other functions such like editings, and especially also on the AI avatar functions, how to create your own AI anchors and AI avatars on streamZ for streamings, and maybe more applications where you can use streamZ. Okay, so again, stay tuned at our YouTube channels and to learn more about our streamZ and our streaming products. Okay, so thank you for watching today. This is Luke. Make sure you subscribe, share, and like our videos. Thank you. Bye.